Welcome to the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Sager, founder and CEO of Legalpreneur Inc. As a serial entrepreneur and someone that works exclusively with small business owners legally protecting their business, I'm dedicated to covering common legal issues faced by business owners, providing you with the business knowledge you need to catapult your business's growth and showing you just how some of the world's most elite entrepreneurs have handled these legal and business issues themselves. In true attorney fashion, the information in this episode is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your attorney before implementing any of the information in the show. Hello there, and welcome back to another episode. I'm so excited because we are officially 1 week until Dream Bigger is basically over for 2022. I can't believe we're finally here. I am leaving in just a couple days to Phoenix. I have another conference that I'm speaking at separately on Monday, so I'll be there the whole week. So if you're in Phoenix and you want to catch up before Dream Bigger happens, reach out because I would love to meet you in person. As a reminder, we do have the Legal Protection Playbook. This playbook teaches you everything you didn't know you needed to know about the legal side of your business. Literally $37. That's it. It's a 3-part course with some bonus videos talking all things S corps, common legal pitfalls, and it has a one-on-one legal strategy call with me. So yes, $37 and you get all of that. So go to the legalprotectionplaybook.com, sign up, and I can't wait to have a one-on-one chat, just you and I, so we can discuss the specific legal needs for your business. Because I can tell you all day long, like, oh, every business probably needs XYZ, but every business is different and every business truly does have different needs. So one-on-one call, me and you, we chat the specific needs of your company. Okay, getting into today's episode, inspired action. What is inspired action? And I think a lot of people have different meanings of this, but I'm going to tell you what I think, or I'm going to tell you my meaning of inspired action. And the reason is because this is how Dream Bigger came about. This is how my book came about. If you have a meaning for inspired action, then don't, and it's different than mine, don't let that deter you from your own meaning. I just want to make sure that people are aligning themselves with how to take the next steps in business or in life. And I always call it inspired action. So what exactly is it? I believe inspired action or aligned action is when you as a person, as an individual, are looking for the next move to make. Whether it's in life or business, you're like, oh, I know I need to get to the next level in life. I just don't know what to do. Or I need to get to the next level in business. I just don't know what to do. Or maybe you are stuck between two options. Inspired action comes from, and the reason why I call it aligned action as well is because I always believe if you're living in alignment, you are living as well as you know how and to the best of your ability, and you want to get to that next level. When you are truly in alignment with who you are, whatever next step you take is the right step. I know so many people get bogged down with, oh, should I do this or should I do that? What does your gut tell you? It's really following that gut instinct. And it's that first instinct. It's not like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I kind of want to do this too. No. What's the first instinct? You know, when we were in elementary school and our teachers say, hey, if you're not sure what the answer is, go with what your first gut instinct is. That's what life is. That's exactly what life is. You may have no idea if you're making the right decision, but if you, as an individual, are living in alignment, you are doing business in alignment, your choice is inspired action. Your choice is aligned action. And when you make that choice, when you make that next step, decide to go all in with it. You're not going to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Inspired action is making the decision and going all in with it. It's no 1 foot here, 1 foot there. You're both feet in. and you're following up with that to the best of your ability. It's okay if you decide to pivot later on. That's just another aligned action. It's just another inspired action. That's okay. But if you're looking for what's the next step, or I don't know if I should do this or I should do that, our bodies know. We know what it is. We just have to tune in and listen. We have to make sure that we are living right. Make sure we are living in alignment. And when you're living in alignment and you know, okay, my gut, my body is telling me to do this, then do it. That's your aligned action. That is your inspired action. And it doesn't matter what happens. You're not making the wrong decision. So many of you don't know this. I was in the Army. I did ROTC in college. And so basically, the only reason I say that is because I've had a lot of leadership training. That's essentially what ROTC is. It's leadership training because you're an officer in the military. And the number one takeaway from being an officer in the Army and being an ROTC is there's no bad decision. The only bad decision is no decision. So if you don't make a decision, that's the bad decision. But if you're stuck between two decisions, neither one is right or wrong. The right decision is the decision that you make, because you can always pivot. You can always make another decision. So don't get stuck into inaction. Listen to your body, listen to your gut, make the decision, and go all in with it. Don't consider, what if this, what if that? Oh, but this could go wrong, this could go wrong. Like, you can draw out every single possibility, but that's not going to do you any good. I am victim of that all day long. I used to do that all day long, but I have learned over all the healing over the past couple of years, all the work that I've done, what I have learned is that I'm never making the wrong decision. I'm making a decision, and the follow-up actions to that are gonna catapult my decision. And if I make the decision, but then I don't follow up with it, I don't keep moving in that direction, that's where things can go wrong. And again, it's okay to completely pivot. That is perfectly fine. People always tell me, like, oh, how did you have this idea? Or how did you have that idea? What about this? What about this? And because people are like, oh, I want to do this with my life. I want to do this. And I just tell them, look, have a plan. 100%, you should always have a plan. Whether that's a plan for the next week, a plan for the next year, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, whatever it is, you want to have a plan, because you're going to follow that plan. But eventually, the plan will change. I can't tell you how many plans that I've made that I've actually followed through with. I went to law school, became a lawyer, got the big law job, but I thought I was going to be in big law forever. Like, that plan changed. And as soon as I gave myself permission to pivot from that, because that was what I worked for nearly my entire life, was to be that big law attorney. And I got there and I realized this is actually not what I want. I could have stayed there forever. It's like, oh, I worked so hard for this. But I knew that was not in alignment with who I was at that time. So I pivoted. I started my own law firm. And now here we are, which I never would have imagined. I actually remember my mom, I think I was still in law school, and we were driving by a billboard. It was an attorney billboard. And she was like, oh, that can be you one day. And I was like, absolutely not. I remember telling her I never want to be out on my own. I don't want to have my own law firm. I want to be at the big law, blah, 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 blah. Well, look at me now. I absolutely was a solo attorney. With that whole, oh my gosh, it's just so funny. But the thing is, I gave myself that permission to change and pivot. If I didn't have the plan to become that big law attorney, I wouldn't have been successful as I was, and I wouldn't have been in the position to be on my own. I wouldn't have had that extra cushion from making the money at being at the big law firm to be able to go out on my own. all these goals. We want to keep working towards something. We want to have a plan, but no, it's going to change. 9 times out of 10, it is going to change eventually. And that is okay. As long as we are living in alignment, we are taking inspired action every step of the way, you're going to be okay. So inspired action means that you are living in alignment and you are just making a decision. You know what you want. You have a plan. And that decision is getting you a little closer to that plan. Don't be afraid. Give yourself permission and take the inspired action. All right. That's it for this week. I hope this was helpful. And I cannot believe we're just a few days away from Dream Bigger. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. If you're going to be there, I cannot wait to meet you in person. If not, hopefully next year I will get to meet you there in person. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend, and you'll hear from me Monday. Here at Legalpreneur, we're committed to providing a supportive legal community for all business owners. I know how scary the legal stuff can be. If you found this information helpful, I would be so grateful if you could share it with a fellow business owner. And quite frankly, it doesn't cost anything to rate, review, or subscribe to the show. Your support helps me reach more listeners, which allows me to support more business owners in their entrepreneurial journey. Have any questions or comments about the show? Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram. I promise I read all of the messages and comments. And if you want to be a guest on the show or know someone that would make a great guest, simply fill out our application form and a team member will reach out if we think it's a good fit. I'll see you in the next episode.